pictures, but yeah, there is some. That's it. Okay, I will. Sekarang dah pukul berapa? Tiga dah. Okay, jom. Okay, we'll see. Are you guys? How many of you are using guided? You're using guided.
Belum buat tapi
Belum
ada.
buat lah.
Tapi ada.
Tapi selalunya kita kalau UKM the mas first case is direct case or surgical guide case? How about in
Mana prof? Oh, depan sana. Saya tengok belakang tak nampak. Saya ingat belakang.
Okay, first case, we didn't choose first case. A patient choose us, right?
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
so we can't really select our first case. If it has to be guided, then it's guided then. But I didn't make it compulsory to my students to go for guided begins. Financial issue is also our consideration, whether or not we need to go for guided. Of course, the anterior is best if we can go for a screw retain. If the area and the space, as I mentioned, is very crucial, critical, then we go for guided, regardless it's a first or a third or whatever cases that you have managed. So no, we didn't choose case. So anything, whatever we have, we go for it. So if it's our first case, it's a posterior, and we think it's straightforward, nothing wrong to go for our hand, so-called partially guided. We always use stem anyway. Whether it's guided or not, we always have stem. So it's a mandatory for our student to prepare the surgical stand, where the surgical stand also used as a radiographic stand. So we use the same stand. We go for a radiographic stand. We confirm the position and also the angulation, and then we use that radiographic stand as our surgical stand. So we simply make a hole. So we always have something to guide on. It's probably not a guided, fully guided, we call it, yeah, where we prepare digitally, we print it. It's just super accurate. We didn't really make a compulsory that the student first case has to go for it. Yeah, for me, whatever it is, the different way of thinking it, if we have no experience at all, it's good to go for a guided so there is nothing wrong happens in between. But I guess if we go for guided, we probably don't learn so much because everything will be prepared for you. We don't think about the angulation at all. So I guess I prefer, if it's going to be a first case, go for a simple case, lower molar, aesthetic is not an issue. Then we use a surgical stand as our partial guide, and then try to look, yeah, using our eyes, try to imagine where the root is, and then try to angle and imagine where the crown is going to be, so that the prosthetic options later on when you take impression, and the angulations of the implant will not interfere with the adjacent teeth when we take implants. So I think get your hand do steady first. Yeah. So if we were to get our hand steady, we don't need to use guided, because if we use guided, we do not need a steady hand. You know, even your Parkinson, I mean, too much to say. If we have guided, even Parkinson, someone with Parkinson can place the implant, right? Yeah. So no, we don't want that. Those who have got a shaky hand not supposed to put implants, so guided or not. Yeah, so get your hands steady and learn first. Okay, having said that, I probably have to stand. Okay, I like to talk. Don't pass me the microphone. I'm just gonna talk all the way. Okay, now, okay, having Bego, it's good. This INTISA strategy. Well, we start off. INTISA strategy is having Bego as one of their product to sell in Malaysia. They are the distributor, they are sole distributor for Bego. But this company, I don't mean anything, yeah. But most of the implant system that I've found so far, they tend to provide a course, a one-day course. They talk about surgical anatomy. These are kind of course actually you can get when you do this, your specialty program. Bego, Intisa Strategy has good intention to provide some kind of course to practitioners so that they actually can place implant safely and then maintain the implant. That's the most important thing. So. So what they did was they have got a few specialists to sit down, and then we design a so-called curriculum. We design perhaps yes. Okay, we design a curriculum. So we sit down, we brainstorm what is needed for this because our target was a general practitioner who has no knowledge, perhaps a minimum knowledge, implant and what to deal with it when things go wrong, and hopefully we don't have anything go wrong. Okay, so we go on with the curriculum first, and then we design, and then we do a course. So our course actually not only one day course, so it consists of a series of lectures and enhance a few times in a year. And at the same time, we also offer a mentor. We call it mentorship. We also offer a mentor, so we call it mentorship program, where these mentors actually help during implant placement. We will be there. We hold their hand. We help and help them to oversee everything. So this is what mentor did. So mentor. Come to the clinic, or the mentee will come to the mentor's clinic. Because of the regulation where we can practice, we have to register in our certificate. So we have to plan where we tend to go to one of the clinic, like for example me, I registered in clinic Lamansari, so I went to that clinic, and the mentee also went to the clinic. But because the mentee has to practice in a clinic where they actually registered in the APC, so we went to their clinic, which is legally it's actually legal, because that they cannot really practice anywhere if they didn't register. So that's how we do it, and we help them plan. So we have a consultation session. We look at the radiographs. We get them to prepare almost everything: impression models, wax up, radiographic stand, and also surgical stand. So the consultation and the plan for surgery, and when they're ready to take impression, the mentor have to be there during the impression, and also when they want to issue the crown, the mentor have to be there. So we basically be there for them from the day that they plant of an implant until they actually issue. And then we also have a group where whenever they have problems, so we can actually just directly interact with them what to do if things go wrong. So that's the course, where Intisa Strategy with Bego actually doing at the moment. So we have got this is our third cycle already in terms of having the course from A to Z. So that's our third course, and we'll be having more and more mentee to join in. So when Dr. Adila mentioned her body, meaning we also have that system where we have a mentor, the GP that are placing implant. If they have more subsequent cases, they can get they can have someone else to help which is we got the buddy system. So they can always get help from mentor and then buddy system. So that's how we do it, and we hope every dentist can place implant safely and with minimum complications. Thank you so much.
Are we there? Okay, good.
Sorry, sir.
Double click.
So here you see our
Yeah. So before we go for the direct demo, okay, this is just this is Dr. Marcio. Dr. Marcio is the product manager for Bego. He came to Malaysia last month. Last 2 weeks is actually. Yeah, during last 3 weeks during our Malaysian International Dental Show in Sunway Pyramid. But we also have an opportunity for him to give us the demo for the surgical guide. So before we start with the direct one, where you guys can have your hands what to try with our kids. Let's see how the Bego surgical guide it's used. Okay, enjoy.
our patient again. So this is an exercise that we do, and you have the planning with you, in which we can do the implantation on the 11 and on the 24, which is interesting. This hands-on that then the person can use both platforms, A and B. So here we're only going to do a demonstration. So we're going to make the implantation on the area 24. So 24 is planned in RSX 375. Also, we can the other. Oh, yeah. 375, 11.5. So sorry, that's in German. So position 24, implant type RSX. I know, mine is English. Length 11.5. Diameter 375 and color blue. So yeah, color blue, okay. And then also here you see that says until blue. Nah? So until blue. Then drill information. For the 24, we're going to use platform A. Yeah, this would be because the platform A is for the 30 and 375. Then if would be a 4.1 or 4.5, then the software would say to use the platform B. But then platform A, X, platform A, the drills X until number 4. So see that everything is blended. Platform A, X until number 4, which is blue. Perfect. Then after we talk about the connector. Let's do this first part and then we talk about the connector. Good. So platform A, the first would be, I'm gonna just show to you. This is the tissue punch. So if we would do flapless, again we wait 100 rotations per minute. Then I go through the sleeve and only would mark the soft tissue. Then I would remove a little bit the guide to remove the soft tissue, and then the guide bed. Then okay, after the tissue punch is the first called the center drill. It's like a pilot, especially for the cortical. You see that there's like a platform here. I don't know, yeah. It's like a platform here. So the idea of the center drill is to mark. Go also through the sleeve. And it's cannot go further. Even if I want, it doesn't go down. So the idea, so let's just see, yeah, it's like a point, like a market point. Like a market point. Then I'm going to start now to use the drills in the middle. They are the same for platform A and B. This drills in the middle. And remember, say platform A, X. So X1 with my reduction spoon 1, A1. Huh? So I put the reduction spoon here. As I said, a self-logic system. And now, as I said, with a very good refrigeration again, of course. Then I go just up to the end.
No stop, just go on here.
Until you touch the spoon.
Until spoon stop it.
And now it sequence. 1 and 1. Now 2.
Okay, you noticed you mentioned about punch, right? Tissue punch. The reason why Dr. Marcio used a tissue punch is if you were to go for flapless, and on top of that, the stand has been prepared at the tissue level, meaning that if we can actually request when we ask the lab to prepare the surgical stand, they can do at tissue level or boot level. So if they prepare at tissue level, we need to do tissue punch because that's meant for flapless. If we raise the flap and we use the stand at that boot level, our stand may not be stable because the surface changed. Yeah, so if we were to raise the flap, I personally not going to go for a tissue punch because I'm not going to remove some tissue. Tissue. When we remove tissue, we probably remove a little bit. So depends on our soft tissue, the amount of keratinized mucosa, then we can go for flapless. However, we can also raise the flap and properly and do guided as normal. Yeah. So just to mention to you that there are alternatives rather than just tissue punch. Okay.
With the reduction spoon number 2, also fix it. Then number 2. Refrigeration. Then number 3. Then I jump.
Refrigeration meaning lots of irrigation, yeah? Cool it down. Cool your birds down. So that is the refrigeration. He's a Germany, so his English was the same as me, so we just got to understand what he meant.
Number 4.
You put everything on the table, how you gonna know which one is which side? Put everything on the table.
Simple as that.
I think they have
Preparation
their
done.
machines. I hope they will.
And then I go for the last part, which is talking about, you see now, final depth drill, countersink or screw taper number 4. And why I say, if you're gonna use countersink or screw taper, that's why I say number 4, because it's then would be here. Glue, platform A, countersink, screw taper, number 4. I'm not going to use now. It's a D2 or D3 or D4 bone. So then we finish. Connector depth mark. So Platform A, yes. So very good. Platform A. Connector X. And this I like to say is the only trick that we have here as a learning curve. You see the connector AX have 3 marks. It says here number 1. This means that not that you're gonna see 1 mark. Huh? This means that close on the first mark, so you're not gonna see any mark. If this would be 2, let's say make an exercise would be AX mark number 2, then you would put 1 and then close on the mark 2.
Ada CVD
Then
pun
you,
tak?
now here goes on the 2. Close on the mark 2 and you would
Oh,
see
not bad, ada
1
paper.
mark.
But
Huh?
cutting
This is
like
the only
paper,
learning curve I would say. So here say 1.
Clipping
So okay, so now I close on the mark 1.
PPT.
So no. And then let me reduce the program. So this time I'm gonna place with the contour angle. So connector. Gonna get back my tray here. Now, yeah, my guide, sorry, surgical guide. Open the implant. Come to me. So again, blue, color coded. Insertion post blue. Again, that click. So in my hand, I'm taking the implant, and then through the guide, plastic drum. To the end of the mark. So here,
How to take out the top part?
now the position of the implant. So then again, I can remove with the guide or not, just removing the here. And then again putting the over screw. One way down, over screw with me. Placing yeah, so then you saw the 2 protocols. The protocol with freehand, protocol with guided surgery from us. Yeah, maybe for the ones not introduced. Here one thing that we will make better, we were talking during the IDS, so yeah, the advantage of the other 3 not having
So
the
that's
same one group,
briefly about
our guided training
the surgical guide protocol. So for direct one, we're gonna have a live demo. So how many of us dekat sini?
23, I think.
23. Are you guys able to see? Huh? Yeah, yeah. So we should divide into 2 groups. Okay? Yes. Come, come.
Tetamu didahulukan.
Tetamu didahulukan. Okay, mari.